Hi guys, this is your teacher Miss Wang, and it's been a long time we didn't see each other, so I hope you still remember what we learned before. And according to my another teacher here, last class you guys learned about the Chinese characters. So today we're gonna learn a poem called 静夜思. 静夜思. It is written by Li Bai. Li Bai is really famous. He is a really famous poet in China. So before we start to learn the poem, I would like to give you guys a really bright introduction about Li Bai, the poet. So, Li Bai, Li is his surname. It's his surname, and Bai is his given name. In China, like in Asian China, we always think like your family group is bigger than you. Yeah, you have to put your family groups in front of you. So in this way, for Chinese people, our names always the surname at the beginning and then your given name. Yeah, this is one thing. Another thing is Li Bai is also styled himself as Tai Bai. Tai Bai. So you could also call him Li Tai Bai. Yes, Li Tai Bai. So Li Bai was a Chinese poet in Tang Dynasty, acclaimed from his own day to the present as a genius and a romantic poet who took traditional poetic forms to new heights. When we talk about Li Bai, there's another guy we have to mention about. He's called Du Fu. Du Fu. He is also a really famous poet in China. So Li Bai and Du Fu, they were two most prominent figures in the flourishing of Chinese poetry in Tang Dynasty. Yeah, they're both from Tang Dynasty. And Tang Dynasty is often called Golden Age of Chinese poetry. So you can see Tang Dynasty is really, important period time in Chinese history. And so the reason why we see he's famous, because you see, nowadays around 1,000 poems attributed to him are existent. And his poetry always reflected much of his lives, such as the place he visited before, or a friend whom he saw off on a journey, or even just his dream. But the huge part of his poems were about the particular importance changes in times which he lived in. That means Tang Dynasty. And the poem we're going to learn today is also about his feelings. And we said that before. The name is called 静夜思. 静夜思. So, 静, it means quiet. And 夜, it means a night, and 思, it means to think. So through the name we could know this poem is about what he was thinking about at that night, at that quiet night. So before we start, before we see this poem, what do you guys think about what was in his mind at that time? I would like to give you guys some background to help you guys. So the background is at that time when he wrote down this poem, he was only 26 years old, and he lived in a small hotel on the way of his journey. But as we can see, not like our modern life, a trip at that time usually will, cost 1 to 3 months at least. And the only way you can connect with your parents, your family, your friends is just a letter. So it's really hard. In this way, we could see this poem is about to tell his homesickness. So now let's see this beautiful poem together. I'm going to let you guys to know the meanings first, and then we will read together. So the left part is a Chinese character, a Chinese poem, and the right part is English translation. 静夜思 is the name, right? We learned that before about the meaning. 静夜思, what he thought at the quiet night. And 李白, the writer. So the first sentence is 床前明月光. 床前明月光. 床 means the bed. 前 means in front of. So in front of the bed. 明月 means the bright light, bright moon. Yeah, bright moon. 光 means the light. So 明月光 means a light from the bright moon. Sorry. So 床前明月光 means in front of his bed there is a bunch of light from the bright moon. And next one, second sentence is 疑是地上霜. 疑是地上霜. 疑 means suspect. Yeah. And 地上 means on the ground or on the roof. 霜 means the hoarfrost. So 疑是地上霜 means he was suspecting is this hoarfrost on the ground. 举头望明月. 举头望明月. That means 举头 means raise your head. 头 means head. Raise your head. And 望 means to look. And usually 望 means like to look a really long distance place. So 明月, we talked about this one before. It means a bright moon. So 举头望明月, that means looking up, I could see a bright moon. Yes, and the last sentence is 低头思故乡. 低头思故乡. 低头 means look down. 思 means to, miss or memorize. 故乡 means hometown. So this sentence 低头思故乡 means I look down and I start to miss my hometown. Yeah. So as I said before, this poem is about his feeling of homesickness. Okay, so the meaning of this poem we finished. It means in front of my bed there is a bunch of light from the bright moon. And I was suspecting maybe it's the hoarfrost on the ground. But raising up, I look up and watch the bright moon, and I look down to think my hometown. So you can see the right part here is the English form of this poem, which is translated by a really famous Chinese translator called Xu Yuanchong. So you could read this English part by yourself, and then think about the Chinese one. I think it will be helpful. So now I would like to ask you guys to read after me the Chinese part. Okay, let's start. 静夜思，静夜思。李白，李白。Okay. 床前明月光，床前明月光。疑是地上霜，疑是地上霜。Okay, next one. 举头望明月，举头望明月。低头思故乡，低头思故乡。Okay, very good. So, in this poem, there's some points you guys should be, pay attention to. The first one is the first tone. For example, 光. Remember, the first tone is high and straight. So, 光, 光. Very good. And maybe this one. 霜, 霜. Okay. And the last character. 香, 香. Okay, very good. And the second tone. You see, your voice should be, like rising. One of my students said maybe this sounds like the voice of hyena. So their voice rising. So for example, the first character, 床. You see, your voice become more and more, higher, more and more louder. 床, 床. Very good. And the next one, 前, 前. And the second line, the first one, 宜, 宜. Yes, this is the second tone, so don't make the mistake. And the last point is about this one. The third line, the first character. Here you can see the consonant is 鸡, 鸡, right? And the vowels, actually it is 语, 语. So don't think this is u, no, it's 语. So this one should be 举, 举. Very good. So this is the point you guys should be pay attention to. Don't miss the mistake. And I hope you guys could read several times because it's a beautiful poem. Maybe you guys will see like why he look at the moon and will think about his hometown. Well, I have to see. Most usually when we talk about the song, we will think about the words like worm or bread. But when we talk about the moon, the words like cold, quiet, or dark will come to our mind. So in this way, think about. I would like to invite you guys think about this situation. You was in another place, maybe in China, and you live alone for a very long time. One day you just woke up from the dream, and you're all around you is really quiet, and that you can't hear nothing, and you look up, and you found there is a really bright moon, but you see, at this time you start to think about last time I saw this moon with my family or with my friend. Now I don't know now what were they doing. I can't connect with him because you see only with the lighter, but it will need a very long time. So you will think about what were they doing now, and how were their lives. So in this way, you think more and more. You will become like, oh my God, I really miss my family, or like this. So same as the poet Li Bai, he also in this situation now. So with this kind of feeling, let's read this poem again. Okay, try to feel what he was feeling at that time. Okay, so
静夜思，李白。床前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。
Yes, very good. So now you guys learned one Chinese poem. It's really famous. I can tell you guys. You could, I could say each one in China, they would know about this poem. So I think you guys just need to read more and more and try to feel what this poem want to tell us. Yeah, that's all. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.